Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal, and on this channel, we're massive fans of WoW PvP, where we get to watch many of you compete in the 5v5 1v1 dueling series, playing a variety of different classes and creating unique and powerful playstyles. And as someone who plays a lot of alts, I get a chance to try many of these builds. I'm a big fan of commonly underdog specs, specifically in Season 3, where we saw a lot of the uncommon playstyles gain a lot more popularity. But I'm also a huge fan of absurdly powerful classes that can construct together some of the cheesiest PvP bursts. So in this video, I want to share my favorite PvP playstyles when it comes to Season 3, in case you're looking for a new ult to pick up for the patch 9.2, especially with the recent updates making PvP gearing much easier. But right before we get into this PvP update, most of you guys watching these videos are still not subscribed. However, the more of you remind, the more of you do. So let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel as well as hit the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you want to get more PvP videos like these over the patch 9.2 or potentially more further coverage of the next expansion of Dragonflight. The Outlaw Rogue has been one of my favorite playstyles way before it became popular for the current PvP meta. I'm a huge fan of the freedom that comes with a grapple hook ability, granting the Rogue unique verticality, specifically perfect for world PvP situations, arenas, as well as battlegrounds. And I always thought that this spec would one day be PvP ready, with its enhanced crack control tools like a gouge and a shorter blind. This playstyle has been drastically buffed in the patch 9.2, specifically when it comes to damage, offering a selection between powerful bursts as the Ventio Covenant or consistent sustained damage as the Kyrian. The spec of Outlaw Rogue breaks all the rules when it comes to ability cooldowns, with many of your passives, talents, and conduits lowering the cooldown of Vanish, Blind, and Evasion, making the spec extremely unpredictable to verse against. And besides playing with your enemies' heads, Outlaw Rogue is also very tanky, with Enduring Brawler increasing your stamina and float like a butterfly, buffing your uptime of abilities like Feint and Evasion. If you've always wanted to give the piratey Outlaw Rogue a go, but always felt like it was an auto-meta spec, right now would be the perfect time to sink your teeth right into it. Currently, Outlaw Rogue is a fantastic melee option for PvP, offering an interesting blend of a crowd-controlled focused, stealthy rogue, together with something similar to a Fury Warrior. Overall, this spec is a very powerful option when it comes to PvP in the patch 9.2. The spec of Fury Warrior is a powerful melee to pick up for this season, an unstoppable juggernaut able to take a good amount of damage and dish it out as well. I'm a huge fan of this spec because of its tankiness, especially after Blizzard nerfed the defensive stance for Armed Warrior. The spec of Fury became a much more defensible option for PvP. You get baseline more stamina from using two-handed weapons, healing for a portion of your maximum health with every bloodthirst, with powerful survivability options like Impending Victory for a massive heal recovery, which can be combined with a conduit to give that heal a healing over time component as well. Ignore Pain to convert a portion of your rage into a powerful shield. Spell Reflect can come in clutch, especially if you reflect the right spell at the right time. And of course, in Rage Regeneration, which has a much shorter cooldown if you use a defensive conduit. Besides being an absolute tank in PvP, Fury Warriors also come with huge consistent sustained damage, which has always been their strength since before patch 9.2. But in this season, they also get an incredibly overpowering burst damage, especially when they run the Necrolord Covenant ability for a huge buff to their mastery. I'm also a huge fan of the tier set, how it can proc Recklessness, and how that Recklessness can interact with the Reckless Abandon talent, which can make this playstyle feel even more aggressive than ever before. Then we have the spec of Arcane Mage, which as a playstyle has the potential for some of the biggest damage bursts when it comes to PvP content. However, sometimes as an Arcane Mage, it's very difficult to reach that true potential, since this spec found itself to be not the most popular mage spec when it comes to PvP. But it doesn't mean it hasn't found some relative success, and chasing after that biggest burst potential is part of the fun. Arcane Mages also offer a unique defensive gameplay when it comes to survivability. A skilled mage will always be able to use a shorter cooldown alter time to survive any PvP encounter, and escape any fight masterfully using tools like Mass Invis and a shorter Invis cooldown. You also got a myriad of fun PvP legendary options, with legendaries to buff your overall damage, increasing your overall burst, legendaries to buff your execute damage that would make even warriors jealous, and legendaries that synergize exclusively with certain covenants but result in powerful PvP bursts. Just like your legendaries, you also have a variety of choices between your Covenant options, with every single Covenant offering something unique and new to the Arcane Mage PvP gameplay. The spec of Destruction Warlock has got to be one of the strongest ranged DPS in the game currently. I thought it's worth highlighting Destruction Warlock on this list, not only because they're effective for arenas and battlegrounds, but also because of the recent surge in popularity. Not only are they ridiculously popular for PvE content, but they also dominate within PvP. If you do pick up a Destruction Warlock, make sure to get your tier set as soon as possible, as it's extremely powerful and allows the Warlock to set up disgustingly good double castable PvP burst. Besides great damage, Destro also comes with insanely good survivability tools, with a wall that gives them freedom to cast, Dark Pact to shield them for a short amount of time, and the Necrolord Fleshcraft if you choose that Covenant. Plus the spec is baseline tanky with bonus stamina and armor from the PvP talent of Demon Armor. With so many players picking up Destruction Warlock for both PvE and PvP, this could be the next alt free to play in the patch 9.2. I'm a huge fan of the spec of Elemental Shaman, mostly because of the propensity to create some of the biggest bursts imaginable. What makes Elemental naturally bursty is their affinity for critical strike bonus damage. This gives them a unique feature of being one of the few classes capable of some of the cheesiest bursts in the game. Take the Elemental Shaman Kyrian Covenant combo, loading up a Vesper totem full of charges, releasing it onto the targets like a big arcane grenade. Or combining Elemental Shaman and the Necrolord Covenant together with the Descendants Legendary for some fantastic Lava Burst RNG burst. But Ellie isn't always a gimmick playstyle. It has less gimmicky, more measured PvP builds. Besides that, it brings fantastic defensives and amazing utility in the form of totems. I'm a huge fan of how powerful and effective some of these totems can be, from breaking your allies' fear effects with the Tremor Totem, redirecting powerful damaging spells and crowd control effects with the Grounding Totem, or keeping your enemies in check and in place with the Static Field Totem. I'm not really somebody who plays a lot of healers, but I do have a healer playstyle to recommend for the patch 9.2. Holy Priest got a massive array of buffs which propelled the spec to become the most popular healer for the current season. A spec with the ability to save your allies reliably from a dangerous situation, providing powerful crowd control utility with fears and stuns, incredibly good damage and burst damage when it comes to arenas and battlegrounds, and a fantastic array of defenses for both you and your party. And majority of your cooldowns are actually quite short, giving the player tools they need in order to be prepared for any PvP situation. As someone who doesn't heal a lot when it comes to PvP, I found the spec of Holy Priest to be very new player friendly, especially if it's your first time learning how to heal in arenas and battlegrounds in the patch 9.2. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What are some of the classes that you've been playing for PvP in the patch 9.2? Are there any other playstyles that we didn't mention in today's video that you would personally add to the list of recommendations? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As per always, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And as usual, in the description of every single video and live stream, we have a link to our Discord community channel. Probably the best place to reach out to me directly in case you want to let me know what you thought about this video update, or if you have some video requests or video idea suggestions. DMs are always open. Join our Discord to become part of our community. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.